So, as for the movie Clerks II, I have to ask you, what did you like better about Clerks II than the original?
I think the story in Clerks 2 is better. There really isn't one in the first Clerks. It's more just slice of life, seeing Dante on this day he wasn't supposed to work. And then Clerks 2, there's much more of a story of like him. You find out that he got his boss pregnant and, ruining his relationship. And there's much more of a character arc in the second one of him kind of realizing that he shouldn't just be doing what he thinks he's supposed to do, but he should try to do what he wants. And I definitely think the first one, it's more just like random funny scenes that are loosely connected to each other.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I like the opening of this movie and how it transitions from that black and white to color with the fire.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool way of doing that. I also like that subtle acknowledgement of like when Jay and Silent Bob are there and those guys come up and like, where have you guys been? Which is like that subtle like, it took 12 years to get this movie to come out. Like, yeah, where have you guys been?
Yeah, I remember in that behind the scenes documentary, Kevin Smith said he had the opening and the closing scene, already in his mind before he started writing. In the opening scene of the quick stop burning down, and then the movie would end with them owning the quick stop, but he had no idea what anything would happen in between there.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to filmmaking, when it comes to writing stories in general, that's typically one of the things that they preach is to know how it starts, know how it ends, and then use that anywhere, everything in between to kind of weave the story the way you want it to get there.
Yeah.
Because those are the toughest parts usually to write and to nail. And so I think by doing that, I think he set himself up for success in this movie.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's kind of interesting to see how many people who are attached to this movie have somewhat of a connection to the modern Disney Plus era of Star Wars. If you have Rosario Dawson, who's now cast as Ahsoka, Bryce Dallas Howard, who was, originally, aimed to play the character that Rosario Dawson played, directed a few episodes in The Mandalorian, and then the guy who was the cinematographer was for both Clerks 1 and 2 was also the cinematographer the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. So
That is an awesome connection, isn't it?
yeah,